What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrenched Out Garage. Today we're going to be putting the Sport Bar by Chevy on the truck. Now I'm not going to be wiring it in yet, simply because A, I don't have enough time, B, I need to get a couple more parts, but we are going to be doing an install. Now before I dive into this, I did get the Sport Bar used. I did take off my tonneau cover, and we will have to do a couple of things. Now this one does feature the Baja lights that are right here. That will be getting installed, like I said, at a future date. Now in order to do this, I already got the bed already open. I do have to cut these guys out right here, and then this plug right here is going to end up coming out because that's one of the ways that this thing mounts. So let me show you something else that's really cool with this setup. It'll be future date. Here's the hardware for it. These clamp on the bed. These go in those plugs, which is why it's a plug shape. Move those out of the way. And then once I get more time and whatnot, what's really cool about it is I'll be able to install this, which is my light switch for the inside of the truck, which is everything, but then I'll be able to throw the lights on the top on, and then the third brake light, which it does come with. So obviously this bar covers the current third brake light in the back of the truck, so it does have its own, which was smart on GM. So it's right here. So that'll get wired in at a later date as well, because it does. So these, all the wiring goes into just one connector, so it's at least neat that way, as far as not having a whole bunch of wires running around and everything else. It's pretty simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out those stake holes, and then this sits in the stake hole, and then the back mounts to the side of the bed. I really like the design on this thing. I'm hoping that it gives it a little bit of that off-road look, but these things are having a big comeback, these sports bars or chase bars or whatever you want to call them, and I think it looks good and it'll complement the rest of the truck. So let's get out to the truck. I'm going to cut those holes, pop those plugs, and let's get this thing on. Alright guys, so we're here at the truck bed. So what I'm going to try to do is, supposedly I should be able to just use a sharp knife, and let's see if I can get this camera to stay. Supposedly I should be able to use a sharp knife, and this thing cuts, oh yeah. So this is not, oh, the camera's gonna slide in here. This is not very thick plastic at all, so all you need is an X-Acto knife, and then it'll come right up. These plugs, I'm gonna grab a flathead and pop them out. Pretty simple as well, but the knife just sinks right into it. So not a huge, like right there. Oops, don't want to cut myself. Yeah, so I mean, it's literally that simple. So that's already up. I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna pop these plugs out, and then we will get this thing installed. Alright guys, so we're here and I'm installing this back plate right here. So ultimately you unscrew, let me find the other one. So ultimately what happens is this slides under the bed of the truck. You adjust this lower one so this gets play, and then once this is mounted in, then you'll tighten this lower one back up, and essentially it's like clamping it to the side of the truck. So this one is good to go on this side, and essentially you'll just do the same to both sides. And on a short bed it says to use the rear. On a longer bed you'll use the front, because obviously you won't have the same bed structure. So the structure of this, I'm assuming on a long bed, would be different. And that pretty much wraps the install. So I'm gonna finish doing this and then I'll show you guys what it looks like as far as the end product goes. But again, you just got your 13s and then you've got your torque wrench on it. And I'm gonna finish tightening up the other side and we'll jump out of the truck and I'll show you guys what this thing looks like. So let's go. All right guys, so we just wrapped up cleaning up the truck. Let's take a look at this thing. There it is. Maybe we'll go this way. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously it needs to be cleaned up some. A couple of dings in it. Nothing too dramatic. Wiring I ran through the post. And what you'll do is I'll pull this filler neck plastic piece out here because the wiring's actually sitting right up there. Run it down, hook it to the frame, run it to the front of the truck. But that's gonna be later. I don't have time for that now because actually I've got to take off and do a lot of stuff. But the front nudge bar looks great. I feel big 22s with now the sport bar. It just kind of flows together. I think it just looks good. It's very aesthetically pleasing. This thing is on there tough. Looking forward to getting those lights installed, of course. And hopefully I can figure it out and I'll be able to use this guy right here because you've got, oops, it's upside down. So you've got your standard fog lights on the switch on the truck, and then you get your autos and all your normal stuff, but then you have your sport rack, which would be so totally cool because this is stock. This is the OEM part that goes with it. So I think if I can pull that off, it would be amazing. Pretty much wraps this up, guys. I do appreciate you guys checking out the channel. If you guys got any questions on any of the parts that we're putting on or want any additional information, make sure to drop a comment down below. I'm more than happy to answer you guys, help you out in any way I can. Hopefully by the time this video's out, I'll be already out riding on the motorcycle and doing others. I did a couple of these videos back to back just because of time restraints, doing stuff. I had the camera set up, had the tools, everything else. In fact, I gotta go right now, guys. So thanks again for tuning in. Hit subscribe. We're dropping videos every single week, whether it's the Chevy, the V-Rod, garage stuff, so much more. We appreciate you stopping by and take care. We'll see you in the next video.